It is time. It is time for one more Shockland challenge. We did this yesterday. I'm setting up my output projector right now. We did this yesterday, and we didn't accomplish it. What we accomplished is 3 peanut butter jelly time. It is not peanut butter jelly time. No. 2 boxes of boxiness. It is. We opened 2 boxes of boxiness yesterday, and we did not complete the Shockland challenge. We completed only 3 of 10. The goal is you open a box of Guilds of Ravnica and a box of Ravnica Allegiance, and you're supposed to get one of each of the Shocklands. Now, in the Guilds of Ravnica box, the other rares and or mythics are not necessarily worth anything, but in the Ravnica Allegiance box, there's also Smothering Tithe, which is the most expensive card in the set. Now, we're not looking for money per se. We're looking for the Shocklands. Shocklands are when you put the land out, you either pay 2 life or the land comes into play tapped. What we are looking for is 5 separate ones in here and 5 separate ones in here. I have never completed this challenge. I think I've only opened up 2 boxes of each of these, and in the time that I did that, I do not believe we completed the challenge at all. So, what do you say we get started here with Guilds of Ravnica? Get my my little cutty tool here. And yeah, let's do this. This is in the style of and this was actually a pretty nice box. The other one has a little damage in the corner there, and a little damage up here. So they're not like pristine boxes to hold on to. This one kind of was, but I want to open it. I'm actually gonna open all of my boxes of Magic at some point, but I have no explanation this time for opening up boxes other than I just want to. That's what the booster display looks like, fully fleshed out there. And hopefully Nissa's face won't upset the camera too much. Well, what do you say we dive right in? And wow, that took the camera a bit. I've got like a small wound on my thumb. It's fine. Our dual-colored red-black land is the black considered a swamp. I believe all of those lands are considered both things. Asphalt Adept, Maximize Velocity, Healer's Hawk, Urban Utopia, Painter, Patrol. We saw these cards last night, so I'm just going to try to get through them as quickly as possible. Status and Statue, Silent Dart, and Unmoored Ego is our first Rare. I'm just putting that there so that the camera doesn't constantly try to pick up Niss's face. I don't know if there is an adjustment for that, and I didn't bother looking, so it will be replaced with a mythic at some point. We just want the camera to focus. Hello. Focus. I don't know why the camera's not focusing right now. Is there too much light? Not enough light? Over here, maybe? What? Hold on. Adjusting light. It's a little better, I think. Maybe if I move the pack out of the... Yeah, okay. It was looking at people's faces on the packs. Scout, Mist, Bodyguard, Ceratok, Knight, Okapi, Electromancer, Notion Rain, Locket, Bolt, Venusian, Findbroker, Guild Mage's Forum, not what we're looking for. Not what we're looking for. Rare Land Cycle, but on a spent on multicolor creature spells, that creature enters the battlefield with that's, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. Nice Silencia Locket for our first foil of the box. Get that nice pack ASMR there. Drake. Necrolisk. Giant Monument. Ah, the Trustani Discordant. Our first mythic of the box, and what a mythic it is. Or at least was. I remember using that a lot. Alright. Velocity, Hawk, Foragers, Bats, Legionnaire, Agent. I'm trying to make these more visible. Not with this light, I'm not, apparently. I'm trying to adjust here accordingly. Rhizome Lurcher. Okay, I think I need to just hold them a little bit closer. Renewal. Ooh. Second mythic of the box. Within pack 4, we got Miss Vraska. Not really worth much anymore, but damn good mythic. This was the same set that Assassin's Trophy was in. The Goblin Locksmith picture. Just kind of moving through the commons so you can just kind of get an idea. Mystic, Contraband, Guild Mage, and Disappointment. Chamber Sentry. Not much to say there. It's alright. What we're looking for is Shocklands. We haven't gotten one yet. If a card says deal damage whenever this creature attacks, does that activate twice with double strike? No, it's whenever it attacks initially. Its initial attack. Moving through the commons into the uncommons. Minotaur, double face card, Thought Erasure, and Etrata the Silencer. Well, I mean, she's great. I mean, you have to, again, like I said last night, you have to go to the perspective of what it was like to open this box. Then, I'm trying to show these. Vapor, Shieldmate, Uncommons, Guild Mage, Whelp, Spybug. Ew. Ugh. A share and a symbol. I don't like those cards. The double cards. Yeah, dual-colored lands, to answer your question from before, count as both. So it counts as a swamp and it counts as a like a swamp and a forest, a swamp and a mountain. Hey, champion. Might of the Masses, Sinister Sabotage, and Necromoeba. Swing and a miss. Almost a third of the way through the box here. Oops. Missed the trash can slightly. Work call is fine. Seismic Assault, Rhizome Launcher, Recruit, Vapors, Instructor, Storm. And then Join Shields, Enhanced Surveillance, Book Devourer. Hey, look at that. Our first Shockland goes into the... oh yeah. Hang on. Gotta rearrange here. Rares go there. Our first Shocky, Overgrown Tomb. Let's keep that going, shall we? All right, Leapfrog, Halberder, Companions, Okapi, Veiled Shade, Is It Locket, Is It? Deadly Visit, Beetle, Centaur. Okay. Guild Mage, Crater Maker, World Soul Colossus, and more split card disappointment. Why? And we got a Maniacal Rage for our second foil of the box. Not bad. Almost done with the first column of the box. That'll be 12 packs. And only one shock so far. Unexplained Disappearance, Wave, Worm, Strands, Vapors, Bonds, Shieldmate, Cyclops, Nightveil Predator. I remember winning quite a few games with this guy. Flying and Death Touch with Hexproof. Good card. Necrolisk. Campaign, and our third mythic, March of the Multitudes, is actually a very, very good mythic. Convoke is a very, very strong, the very strong mechanic. Cascade is even stronger. Take Heart, Informant, Boar, cards are slipping here. Culprit, Worm, Rat, Direct Current, Gateway Plaza, Electromancer, Worm. And then we move on to Split Card Garbage. City Watch Sphinx, Glow, where to go, Glow Spore Shaman, and an Ionize. Disappointing to the Shock Challenge, but it's alright. Second column of the box here. Second column of packs, 36 packs per box. That Goblin Locksmith, man. Restorer, Ceratok, Child of Night, Dead Weight, Undercity Uprising. We got ourselves a Harpooner, a Mystic, God, Thoughtbound Phantasm, and more split card trash. Absolute garbage. But our foil rare of the box is the Legion War Boss. A lot of people played Goblin decks with that guy in there. Come on, give us those Shocklands. And apparently openable packs. Restore. We got crabs. We got the crabs, boys. Dissident, Hypo, the Sizzle. Hypo, the Sizzle. Locket, Peacemaker, Agent, Raiders, Gargoyle. Yep, we already saw that it's not what we want. Stalwart and Dawn of Hope is our rare with a City Watch Sphinx as our foilie. May have to revisit this challenge in a couple of years or so. Try it again. Altitude, Sergeant, Vine, Never Happened, Crushing Canopy, Centaur, Sergeant, Summit, Guild Pact, Silent Dart, and Thief of Sanity. Won me many a game with that guy as well. And 2 foil rares in this box. A Charnel Troll. This guy was the epitome of a lot of shenanigans back with Golgari decks. 2 foil rares. It's pretty uncommon, actually, for a box this age. You usually got 1 foil rare per box back in the day. Companions. Wall of Mist, excuse me. Bones, Hypo, the Sizzle, Prey Upon, Hammer Dropper, Drop That Hammer, a Dimir Locket, Luminous Bonds, a Night Veil Sprite, Split Card Garbage, Sinister Sabotage, and a Venerated Luxodon. With that Convoke. Convoke's... I still say Convoke is, like, kind of broken, but... You know, if you're running low on mana, why not? I had to adjust the glasses. Adjust my glasses, guys. Just my... we got crabs again. Crushing Canopy, Severed Strands, Uprising... I'm not sure what the camera's doing here. Control. Locket. Worm. Was that an uncommon? It was not. Okay. And then more split card garbage. Gruesome Menagerie. We got this one last night. Meh. Pretty foily Dimir Guildgate there. Nice amount of foils here, but what we are looking for, and we are halfway through the box officially now, is we're still looking for these Shocklands. I hope this isn't another night of disappointment, man. We need to do it. We need to get these shocks. We need to complete the challenge. We have quite a few more tries here, but it's looking grim. It's looking a little grim. Harpooner, Justice Strike, Guild Mage, and another Niv Mizzet. Still a $5 rare. Not what we're looking for, though. Adjusting my glasses again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Recluse, Dowser of Lights, Dimir Locket, Centaur Peacemaker, another Dark Blade Agent, Devious Cover-Up, Erstwhile Trooper, Hazda Marshal, I remember that guy, Crackling Drake, Goblin Bennery, and Drowned Secrets. Whenever you cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library. It's mill stuff. Mill stuff. Everybody likes a good mill deck, right? You guys like that mill? That mill power? Eh. Alright. Cameron, are you okay? Painful Stroke, Witness, Courier, Foragers, Painter, Locket, Direct Current. Is it? Deadly Visit. Ledev Champion, Conclave Tribunal, Creeping Chill, and I would have loved to have pulled this card back in the day. Imara, Soul of the Accord, if it will ever focus. Becomes tapped, create a 1/1 white. Yeah. Basically, whenever she attacked, you got free soldier tokens. That is still not a Shockland. And I'm starting to get upset with this box. Altitude, Courier, Worm. Never happened. Shieldmate, Hypo the Sizzle. Hypo the Sizzle. Prey Upon, Dropper, Locket, Bonds. Chemister's Insight, Loth Giant, Legion Guildmage, and Camaraderie. For some more disappointment. Almost done with the second column of the box here. And we have still only one Shockland. We got the crabs again. See, we're getting these crabs. We're just getting all the crabs, and it's messing with our Shockland challenge. Guild Mage, Wound, Swarm, and Legion Warboss. For more disappointment, yet it was a good card back in the day. Hello, Pass Wall Depth, Velocity, Hawk, Favor, Child of Night, Cover Up, Trooper, Legionnaire, Agent, Vigil, Glaive of the Guild Pact, Beacon Bolt, Selective Snare, and Blood Operative for a decent card, but not for our challenge. It's like a repeat. Why? Why do we want to repeat bad things? Lights, Urchin, Guardian, Vine, Dowser of Lights, Pause for Reflection, Valencia Locket, Lava Coil, decent damage dealer right there. Okran Assassin, Pilfering Imp, and a Bounty Agent. More disappointment. Garrison Sergeant, foil common. Last column, third of the box. Demos' hands apparently can't open packs correctly. Lights, Urchin, Pack Beast, Altitude, Utopia, Bats, Locket, Notion Rain, Pause for Reflection, Watcher in the Mist, Conclave Cavalier, which was a good card, Electrostatic Field, Golgari Findbroker, and Aurelia, Exemplar of Justice for Mythic number 4. One of the better ones to pull, in my opinion. That's if you're one of those red white players. That used to be kind of my jam back in the day. They didn't have all these cool angels and whatnot, though. So far, the Mythics, honestly, if this box was opened back when it was a thing, that would have... These 4 would have definitely paid for the box right there. Cavalier, Swarm, Surveillance, and the disappointment of the Firemind. Come on, guys. Where are these shock... I hope they're all clumped together, like over here. Where are the rest of my Shocklands? I need my Shocklands. Goblin, Restorer, Dissident, Rumors, Canopy, Plaza, Deadweight, Undercity Uprising, Crater Maker, Predator, Street Riot, and finally, jeez. Come on, guys. Where are all these? I need these. Not particularly Sacred Foundry, but 2 Shocklands in the box. Let's hope for more. Come on now. Come on now. Righteous Blow, Mesmerist, Goblin, Generous Stray. A lot of people like playing kitty decks back then. Devious Cover-Up. They still do. Legionnaire, Agent, Split Card Garbage, Selective Snare, more Split Card Garbage, and Light of the Legion. You want to take a quick look at that. Meh, not a Shockland. That is basically what we're looking for. We got a pretty nice 4 mythic box here. 2 Shocklands, need some more Shocklands. Centipede, Bones, Cyclops, Gorgon, Dropper, Takedown, Woodshaper, Challenger, Sundew, Assassin, and a citywide bust. Busting in on our Shockland challenge here. You're just going to keep hearing me say it. Just Shockland, Shockland, Shockland. I want them. I want them all. Still have an opportunity. I don't know if it's like a good one. For Caller the Culprit, Adapt Favor, Veiled Shade, Notion Rain, Locket, Watcher in the Mist, Pause for Reflection, The Price of Fame, Wand of Vertebrae, this seems creepy, City Watch Sphinx, and Mythic number 5, the Dream Eater. Surveil 4. When you do, you may return non-land permanent opponent controls to its owner's hand. Interesting. Again, not what we're looking for, but interesting nonetheless. This probably would have been a ridiculously good box back in the day. But what we're doing here is not looking for the original good stuff. We're opening these for completely ulterior motives. Unsplitter Mage. Goodest Root. Risk factor. Wah, wah, wah. Probably opening these wrong. Definitely not like a mass box opening person. Where'd you go? Disappearance Wave, Recluse, Barrier of Bones, Garrison Sergeant Muse Drake, Gateway Plaza Dead Weight, True Fire? Yeah. Swath Cutter Giant, Plague Crafter, and, well, not a horrible pull, couple dollars, a Chromatic Lantern, one of the best artifacts in the set. And a foily Urban Utopia. This is actually a pretty good card. Not a bad common there. 3 or 4 packs left. We are struggling here. We are struggling. Lights, Urchin, Guardian, Foragers, Notion Rain, Gravity Punch, Pause for Reflection, Arboretum Elemental, Split Card Garbage, District Guide, and Experimental Frenzy. And a garbage split card for the foil. 3 packs left. What do you say, guys? Did we already fail the challenge halfway through? More crabs. Utopia. Rat. Dropper. Takedown. Woodshaper. Hypo. The Sizzle. Prey Upon. Punch. Molder Hulk. Inspiring Unicorn. Street Riot. And Bounty of Might. While awesome, very expensive, but still kind of awesome. But still, once again, not what we're looking for. Can we have, at the very least, one more shock? One more Shockland. Since we're being denied all 5, give us one more. Uno Mas. Sergeant, 10th District Guard, Foragers, Painter, Command the Storm, Capture Sphere, Golgari Locket, Rage, Poisoner, Challenger, Blaze, Battle, and ooh, there we go. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Nice Steam Vents. 3 out of 5. I think that's what happened last night with this particular set. Last pack of the box. And let's see how we do. Can we have one more? One more shock. Boar, Okapi, Dancer of Lights, Lurcher, Legionnaire, Agent, Peacemaker, another agent, so many agents. Guild Summit, Light of the Equinox, Sprouting Renewal, and nope, we get an erratic, unpredictable Cyclops. For the close. Not bad. I mean, 5 mythic box. Wow. That was pretty good back in the day. If you got a 5 mythic box, you were pretty much riding high there. We did not complete this half of the Shockland challenge. I suppose if we combined both of our challenges, we might. We haven't gotten to the other half of the challenge yet. I am currently cleaning the board here. And so we got a nice little stack of rares here. We got 3 of the Shocklands in question. Hello? Do I need to do this? Yes, I do. Overgrown Tomb, Sacred Foundry, and Steam Vents. Not bad, not bad at all. Nice little haul there. 5 pretty damn good pretty damn good mythics, including Vraska. Got a Vraska, and we got the Trustani Discordant, and we got the big ol' angel. I would have to say that is a... And we got 2 foil rares. We got Legion Warboss, and we got the Charnel Troll. This box would have been mega gold back in the day. It really, really would have. Lots of guild gates, lots of other random stuff. Resleeving here. Okay. Y'all ready? I have to actually go a little bit faster because, you know, it's about time to go back to work. And while I did somewhat lament the fact that I have to go back to work, you know, from vacation, it was very enjoyable. And I did this. You know, yes, this is expensive. I don't recommend everybody do this all the time, but when you can, it's very, very fun. I would recommend cracking a booster box to practically anyone. It is a privilege that I never thought I would be able to accomplish when I was a young lad playing Magic the Gathering, poking your mom, the Yu-Gi-Oh, and things. Ravnica Allegiance. Here we go. Going straight into it. Actually, let me grab a drink of water really quick, so I do not parch myself. All right, what we're looking for in here is going to be Smothering Tithe and our Shocklands. Here we go. Adrester's Admonition, Scorchmark, Officer, Rampaging Rendhorn, Consigned to the Pit, Watchful Giant, Aeromunculus, Goblin Gathering, Senate Griffin. Is that? No, that's not an uncommon. Okay. And then more split card garbage, Wall of Lost Thoughts, Gatebreaker Ram, and our first rare is a Disappointing Bedevil. Well, we did get our first foily of the box. What do we got here? A 10th District Veteran. That's a very pretty foil. Go up there. Trying to arrange so I have kind of an idea here. Look at this. Join Rich and Maria for awesome coverage of world-class Magic at twitchtv.magic. You know, that lasted quite a while until people just kind of stopped watching it. Thought Collapse, Rebel Belt Runner. I'll try to, you know, show these a little bit while we're in the first part of the box. Nissa's face is still getting in the way. Eldang, Judgment, Saratok, Junk Troller, Sentinel's Mark, and an Absorb. Alright. I mean, we got like a couple of those last box, but no. You know, I'm just going to put a pack. Nah, I don't worry about it. We won't worry about it, and this face is cute, so if it takes over the packs, well, I mean, what can I say? Storm Strike, Duelist, Thrall, Messenger, Snare, Rafter Demon, Azorius Locket. This is where some of the other lockets here. Pitiless Pontiff, that was a card that triggered me a lot there. Gate Colossus, Sphinx of the Guild Pact, and Judith the Scourge Diva, we got her last night as well. Please stop giving me this garbage and give me Shocklands. Hope you guys can hear the packs cracking too. As far as I understand, it's a very satisfying thing. Spear Spewer, 10th District Veteran, Fairy Duelist. Oh, the Fairy Duelist, yeah. The Bush Strider, Ill-Gotten Inheritance, Get to the Point, Watchful Giant, Aeromunculus. Yeah, these cards are telling me to just get to the point. Should I go Rudy speed? Because that's, yeah. Taysa Karlov, once again. Got her last night. Give us those shocks. Galloping Lizrog for our foil. We want shocks, not garbage bulk rares anymore. It's been rumored that you can get like up to 7 Shocklands in these boxes. Slime Blind. I think I've only seen that happen, I think I've only seen 5 or 6 in one box. And I was watching Rudy's channel, I think, when that happened. Exposed to Daylight, Demise, Insight, High Alert. That was a card that upset people sometimes. Cry of the Carnarium, Cult Guildmage, and a Verity Circle. More bulk for the bulk pile. I mean, I suppose people are using some of these cards for like commander decks and all this other stuff. I'm just not particularly certain which ones or if they hold value whatsoever. Quench, Rubble Slinger, Zeal, Possibility, Boar, Trumpeter, Open the Gates, Carrion Imp, Rakdos Locket, Burning Tree Vandal. Nope, okay. And more split card garbage, Wayfinder, Spirit of the Spires, and rare split card garbage. But if you're curious, it's Warrant and Warden. And it's probably 10 cents. It's not all about the value, but at the same time, I mean, it's, you know, these things are valuable, so. You know? Acrobat, Panther, Savant, Stony Strength, Embrace, Blade Brand, Titanic Brawl, Growth Spiral, Demise, Daggercaster, Gates Ablaze, Dovin's Acuity, and, well, I mean, if you're gonna get a mythic from this box, this is not a horrible one, but at the same time, I don't think it's super pricey or anything. But first, mythic of the box. Yeah, the Dovin deck. I remember I had a Domri deck with Ravager Worm in it. Yeah, the Dovin decks, people did not like those. White and blue can be very powerful sometimes. Runner, Caracal, Stony Strength, Son of Locket. I'm still not getting the full attention of the camera. There we go. Locket, Beast, Courier, High Alert once again, Regenesis, Forbidding Spirit, and Tome of the Guild Pact. We got one of those last night. More disappointment. We're still in the first row of the box, but it seems like we're pulling so many of the garbage rares. So many. Duelist, Wrecker, Stalwart, Quench, Thirsting Shade, Stony Strength, Catacomb, Crocodile, Chillbringer, Rubble Reading? Okay. Blade Juggler, this Lizrog, Bloodmist Infiltrator, Essence Capture, and a lumbering disappointment with the lumbering battlement. Alright. Come on, Shocklands. Where are you guys? Panther, Petitioners, Scorchmark, Beast, Fiend, Demise, Sphinx's Insights, Burn Bright, Courier, Night Arbiter, Daggercaster, Zerta Goblin, Split Card Garbage, and Endray's Forerunners. These were actually used quite a bit. Much to my dismay, trying to fight a green deck full of giant creatures and Domri Rod. Gravelhide Goblin, Homunculus. Yeah, the blue green decks back then were pretty overpowered. Law of Mage's Binding, Goblin Gathering, Blade Juggler, Racketeers, Torrent, Mockery, and our first shock of the box. Yes, please. A Godless Shrine, the black and white land. That's one. You got a shiny Guild Gate. I saw that kind of peeking out of the corner, and I was kind of hoping that was a foil shock, but you know, you can't have everything. All right, we broke the curse of no shocks. Now can we have more shocks? Panther, Savant, Recluse, Trumpeter, and I'm really hoping for another Smothering Tide, if not more than one. Smothering Tide is a fantastic spell, and this is the set you pull it from. Lizrog, Ignis, Guildmage, and a Precognitive Perception for some more disappointment. Trying to keep these piles from getting out of control here. We are in the second row of the box. I'm just keeping the box out of the frame because the people's faces on the packs are confusing the camera, and I didn't learn my lesson from last night and turn off facial recognition. But for some reason, it makes the camera act even weirder. So, prying eyes from those creepers, roustabouts, protecting the Justicar's portal for final payment of the act of treason to the Imperious Oligarch. And we've got a Screaming Shield, which seems completely inconvenient and stupid to own. Combined Guild Mage. This was the shenanigans. The blue and green. Remember all those creatures that were like evolving and stuff? Yeah, that was that stuff right there. Tower Defense. Hey, our second mythic is the beautiful Miss Kaya. Look at her. Yeah, she was a damn good, and a 3-drop planeswalker for the power that she had back then. A nice foily Quench. Foil counter spells usually go for a good little penny here and there. All right. Panther, Petitioners, Scorchmark, Fiend, Spider, Burn Bright, Courier, Night Arbiter, Locket, Arnx, Wayfinder, Clamor Shaman, Smeltward Ignis, and Mesmerizing Benthid is our third mythic of the box. Back-to-back mythics right there. I mean, you can't really complain about a mythic, but it is like taking up the challenge slots, man. We need more Shocks. We need more Shocklands. Stormstrike. And by the way, the Shocklands in this set are probably the only cards, with the exception of a couple more, including Smothering Tithe, that are actually still financially valuable. Skatewing Spy, Drill Bit, Split Card Garbage, and Zegana Utopian Speaker. I'm not sure if she's still ridiculously good as a merfolk, but... Oh, another foiling. Scuttle Gator. Yeah, that guy. A crab, turtle, crocodile. That poor, poor creature. For foily number 5. Alright. The commons aren't too high yet. They're gonna get there, though. They're gonna get there. Rebel Slinger, Orator, Homunculus, Goblin, Fiend, Spider, Gathering, the Gathering of the Magic, Griffin, Crocodile, Judgment, Clear the Stage. This was the strange, what was it, the Rakdos Guild. Yeah, Sphinx of New Prov, Mockery, and Font of Agonies, kind of an interesting card. Still in our rare slot that I don't need it. Some people did use that card. Quite frankly, too, if I saw Font of Agonies come out, I was like, oh god, it's one of these decks. And, you know, I just accepted my fate that the game was going to take 15 minutes because of the person's stuff proccing over and over again. Let me cut those commons down a bit. Commando, Hide Goblin, Caracal, Hybrid, Scavenger, Crocodile, Oligarch, Act of Treason, Get to the Point, Spy, Rhythm of the Wild, Tower Defense, and a Glass of Disappointment. Although, a great card. Once again, we don't need it. We need Shocks and Smothering Tides. Can I have 2 Smothering Tides, please? 4 more Shocklands. Zeal, Slime Blind, Territorial Boar, White, Beast, Trumpeter, Inheritance, Get to the Point, Shark Toe Crab, Fish, Octopus, Crab. What were they doing down there? What kind of bullshit were they up to? Gateway Sneak, Sphinx of the Guild Pact, and a card that upset me quite frequently, Cindervines. Yay. And what is our foil? A Rubber Belt, Common Recluse. You would think this guy would have been a spider, you know, Recluse, but it was an ogre. Halfway through the box, we only have 1 Shockland. This is starting to get frustrating, but, you know, only mildly frustrating. When I've seen many of these boxes produce at least 4 Shocklands, and we are receiving 1. I mean, we got 3 last time, but Mirror March, that was a shenanigans card. A lot of people use this one. Kind of interesting. Interesting red decks in the Ravnica Allegiance time. Lots and lots of guild shenanigans. Homunculus, Embrace, Hybrid, Locket, Messenger, Mind, Demon, Critics. We got the Beastmaster, the Gruul Beastmaster, Firewheeler, Sky Tether, and Red Disappointment here, the Immolation Shaman. I'm sure he was very useful back in the day, but not useful for my purposes here. Come on, box. Hand them over. Hand over those shocks and tithes. Runner, veteran, spider, consigned to the pit, caretaker, chillbringer. You know, the funny thing is a lot of these boxes never got opened, and there was a lot of this product. And Unbreakable Formation, man. There was a lot of this product. People complained a little bit about the quality, but people did not, I think, like this block in general. They just didn't appreciate the return, the double return to Ravnica. Grudian, I mean, I don't know as much as like Alpha Investments does or any of the other Magic people on. I probably don't know as much as your common Hackrobat upgrade, Knight of the Last Breath, and for our fourth Mythic of the box, Prime Speaker Venifar. Elf Ooze Wizard. There's an interesting title for you. 2 more packs left in the middle column here. And we're still short shocks. There's a lot of YouTubers and Twitch people that probably know much more about Magic the Gathering's state at the time. I just enjoyed the cards and just had fun, honestly. But Firewheeler, Sentinel's Mark, Drillbit, and Mass Disappointment. But it's, you know, it's in a foil uncommon. Cry of the Carnarium. Pretty. Like, these foils are actually really pretty. It's not a super vivid set with colors or anything like that, but I mean, it holds its own to a certain degree. A lot of people didn't like it. I would say people liked the original Ravnica block back in the day, but Return to Ravnica was kind of, as Rudy would say, a dumpster fire, and people didn't like the power level. They didn't like anything really about it, and it was kind of trashy, you know, not printed well. And Gutterbones, the what do you call it? The grave crawler of this block. If you don't know what that is, just look at Dark Ascension. That was the hot card. Everybody had to have that. Smash, Vampire, Strength, Fiend, Bright, Courier, Night Arbiter, Locket, Arnx, Troll Guardian, Troll Bread, Reclamation. Oh! We got another shock. Man. Blood Crypt for our second Shockland of the box. Let's hope this last stack here, this last little stack of 11 packs, let's hope this contains the rest of our shocks. The shocks that we need to at least beat last night's Shockland challenge. Pegasus, Volley, Grudian, Scuttlegator, Senate Griffin, Deface, Gateway Plaza, Biomancy. Starting to knock these over here. Clamor Shaman, Frilled Mystic, Spire Mangler, and Amplifier of Garbage. Okay. We're almost through it, people. Goblin, Vampire, Savant, Recluse, Roustabout, Creeper, Imp, Volley, Giant, Zerta Goblin. Vindictive Vampire, 10th Street Dodger. I think I saw a land behind here, and there it is, boys. A breeding pool. Very, very nice. 3rd Shockland, and what is behind you? Hey, a foil rare Gutter Bones. Look at that guy. I wonder if he's still worth anything. I mean, he wasn't like super expensive back when the set was out either. I think it was like a $5 rare, like a very common thing to have. If rares are common, if you know what I mean. Sphere, Pegasus, Strength, Shade, Locket, Arnix, Locket. Let's keep that Shockland going. Shockland's going here. Skitter Eel. Trollbred Guardian, Split Garbage, Rumbling Ruin, and Nikya of the Old Ways. With nothing behind it. Nothing super exciting there. She was a good centaur, though, back in the day. That was in my red-green deck. I enjoyed the power creep. Admonition. It was a lot of like haste and, you know, like ramping up and stuff like that. Gathering, Juggler, Portal, Final Payment. We've got ourselves too many commons. A Vindictive Vampire, a Shark Joe Crab, a Cavalcade of Calamity, and Bedeck and Bedazzle of Garbage. Garbage. Don't like split cards. I think I've used them twice in all the Magic games that I played. And then, I mean, it's great to have the options and all that stuff. It's just, I'm just not a fan. Veteran, Scavenger. I'm sure other people find them very useful. I'm just not a proponent of them. One thing Alpha Investments and I agree on. Mortify, Drake, Drillbit, and Theater of Horrors. Kind of a crazy card. Yeah. It's alright. We have 6 more packs to go. Can we still get all 5 of the Shocklands in this box? And then at some point, we'll just have to get them from the other. Maybe long down the line, because this is not a cheap venture to do on Twitch. I mean, unless you're making crap tons of money, then you can do this every day if you wanted to. But Screaming Shield, I'm still going to go ahead and say this would probably be a very inconvenient thing to have on you. I mean, why? Why? Beastmaster, Junk Troller, and Split card. Garbage. You know, you're going to give me these stupid split cards box. Why don't you just replace those stupid split cards with, like, actual good cards? Like any other rare, really, honestly. Or a mythic. Or, you know, perhaps the Shocklands that we so much want. And I still want a Smothering Tithe. Wrecker, Stalwart, Quench, Plague White, Beast, Snare, Locket, Messenger, Mind, Demon. The Miscreant. Is it Miscreant? Ministrant. Ministrant of Obligation. I remember this guy. The Afterlife 2 was kind of badass. Split card. Plaza of Harmony after the Flame Rays. The second land in the rare land cycle. If you control more gate, 2 or more gates, you gain 3 life. You know, it played off of the guild gate thing, but it just wasn't It wasn't what people were looking for in a rare land cycle. I mean, it was probably still valuable at the time, especially if you used guild gates instead of other things, but eventually guild gates will like phase out of standard. So, I mean, you can use guild gates anywhere you want, but almost anywhere you want. Creeper, Roustabout, Portal. Locket, Juggler, light up the stage for whatever creepy thing they're going to do there. Sentinel's Mark, Enforcer, and Deputy of Detention. Not my favorite, but it was useful. It was useful in those Domri decks, that's for sure. 3 packs left. Can we have one more shock to beat the record of definitely last night's? Runner, Caracol, Gates, Shade, Locket, Deface, Eel, Beast. I'll even take a Smothering Tithe. I'll definitely take one of those. Frilled Mystic, Bankrupt in Blood, Clan Guildmage, and a Pestilent piece of trash. Not helping. 2 packs left. It's not super disappointing, but come on now. We want our goodies. Kind of hoping the playmat would change our stars, but I mean, I think because we got 3 in the last box and 3 in this box, so it's not the most horrible outcome. But we've been getting so many of these split card pieces of trash for rares, and it's just annoying. Rampage of the Clans for some more disappointment. Can this last pack not be full of disappointment, please? Last pack of the box. Just want to say thank you guys for sticking through this with me. It's fun stuff. I love opening packs. I love like seeing what's inside. It's probably like the Gamba thing in me, but let's see how we close this one out. Bankrupt in Blood, Skyguard, Watchdog, and well, it's not a Smothering Tithe. There's nothing good behind it. Ew. But all right. Sphinx of Insight. Massive disappointment on the close there. You know, not a bad haul of like your normal rares and everything like that. Our mythics, nothing to really shake a stick at. You get a 4 mythic box that's pretty average. You got the Ravager Worm. That was a big hit back in the day. Kaya. I don't know if the Benthid was a big thing back then. I know the Prime Speaker was good for a few things. But we did get 3 shocks. So a total of 6 instead of... What did we get last night? 4? 4 or 5? I think it was 5. So we beat our previous Shockland challenge by 1. Yep. Not horrible. Not fantastic. But, you know, you take what you can get, quite honestly. And honestly, it was just really, really fun opening the boosters. That is the whole point behind this, is to get to do some Gamba of the booster variety. And I get to do it right in front of you guys, and you can share in the experience with me. It's quite entertaining. It's quite honestly, one of my favorite things to do. Oh, and we did get, I think, did we only get 1 foil rare? Yep, we only got 1 foil rare this time. So that other box actually had 2 foil rares in it instead. So that was a big thing too. But, alas, lay boxes empty. It was fun, though. Thank you for your service, Box. We appreciate you and the cards that you held. That was incredibly fun for me, and I thank you guys for watching that and hanging out with me. And